Hello YouTubers, we're gonna look over some recent thrift store album vinyl finds. So only 15 minutes, so we're gonna go fast and furious here. Very happy to pick this up. This is Bob Seger's 1980 release, Against the Wind. It came out in 1980, his only #1 album, although he had sold millions of them. Paul Simon, Graceland, we know what a classic this is. I absolutely love this album, owned it on CD, now I have it on vinyl. Great. Gordon Lightfoot, an album called, I have to spell it because my French is horrible, Don, Q-U-I-X-O-T-E. And this came out in '72, and I think his next release was Sundown, the big commercial success. Yes, this album, Yesterday's, the group Yes decided to take a break from touring and recording, so they went into the vault, pulled some material together, and released this album while they took their break. So I guess something for the fans. It contains a Paul Simon song America, which is great version here. Okay, George Benson, been around a long time, a big breakthrough commercial album called Breezing in '75, and this was one of the follow-up. It's a double album, mint condition, just beautiful jazz, easy light jazz. Speaking of jazz, Soul Sauce by Carl Teijader, I think that's how you pronounce it, cool cover. Was talking to a guy in a thrift store who's a jazz person, about 10 years older than me, and saw all the great jazz performers in the '60s, and he said I should get that album. I'm glad I did. The Carpenters, it comes with a booklet too. It just came out. The singles, 1969, '73. It has the original booklet. The vinyl's in mint condition. The booklet has all kinds of information about the songs and everything. Elton John European pressing of Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. It's a European pressing because of the slick laminated covering on the cover, and the album cover is thinner. This is on the DJM record label. Over in America here, he was on the MCA label. A couple of his 80 releases, The Fox. This came out in '81, a follow-up to 33 at 24, which was a commercial success for Elton after hitting a commercial dry spell in the late '80s, and this was a follow-up. This did not have a hit single. A couple singles were released that charted in the upper 30s on Billboard single chart, while the other album, 33 at 22, had the hit single Genie. But this is a very good album. It sold well. It has some instrumental stuff on it. Very good. Another Elton find is an album that was released in '89 called Sleeping with the Past, and this was not a huge commercial success. It sold moderately well. Did not have any big hit singles, but there's one song on there called Stone's Throw from Hurtin', which is very cool. Some nice guitar work from Davy Johnstone, and Elton's vocals are fantastic. Okay, we all seen this album before, and I got it when it came out, but mine has a lot of miles on it, so I was happy to find this like in mint condition, in new condition copy of Billy Joel's classic The Stranger, and it's just a really, it broke him big time commercially, and we all know who he is now. And it has a Navy Exchange sticker on it for $6.25. Apparently the person who brought it didn't play it that much and kept it in a good storage. So there he is. By the way, Billy, personal message, dude, you gotta make some new music. The Grateful Dead, a compilation of What a Long Strange Trip It's Been. Open it, it's a double album, open it up, you get pictures of them touring. I was never a huge Grateful Dead fan. I always thought their music was kind of draggy, you know, but I like some of their songs. Dionne Warwick, Golden Hits Part 1, collector series 1962 to 64. It has that classic song Walk On By, but the whole album's terrific. Those good qualities, 60s production, and Burt Bacharach, you know, wrote for her and produced all these tracks. Chances are we have Johnny Mattis. Johnny Mattis, that's saying his last name right, Mattis, greatest hits, and this sounds beautiful. Still has the wrapping on it, vinyls like brand new. Some smooth, easy listening type of jazz, Sade. This was her 85 breakthrough album that had the hit Smooth Operator and Hang On To Your Love. The whole album's really good. Another Yes album, Big Generator. As you know, they had a huge hit in 1985, Owner of a Lonely Heart, and a hit album. This was the follow-up. Not quite as successful, but I've always dug this album. Cat Stevens, when he was Cat Stevens, an album called Catch Bull at 4. I don't know what that means. Some kind of Chinese proverb saying, I guess. And as you know, Cat left the music business in 1980, went to devote his life to the Muslim religion, converted over there, and been in the news recently, but we won't go into that. He did make a couple of, in recent years, make a couple of traditional popular albums, and they were very good. Didn't sell a ton, but they were out there and they were very good. Cat Stevens. Oh, by the way, this album did not have any of his big radio hits, but it's still a very good album. Stevie Winwood, Talking Back to the Night, had the hit song Valerie. I only like that track on this album. I thought the rest of the album was pretty dull, but I got it for $1, and if you try to buy the song Valerie on iTunes for $1, you just get one song download. I got the entire album. Bossa Nova type of lounge jazz. This is a huge successful album for Getz and Gilberto. I won't stand Getz and Joe Gilberto, famous jazz guitarist, the girl from Ipanema, if I pronounce it right. Very good condition album. I've got a couple of these, but saw this one in this condition, and boy, it's shiny too. Good liner notes inside. The vinyl's in great shape, so I'm happy to have that. Let me check the time here. Okay, we're still good. Let me check the camera's time. Okay. We're going to finish off. Got a couple of elevator music type of albums here. Billy Vaughn. He was a big band leader, multi-instrumentalist type of person, and his albums I usually try to avoid at thrift stores, but I saw this one, it caught my eye because the vinyl was in great condition. I thought I'd just give it a try. But these are later recordings in his career. He looks different here. He kind of looks like Captain Kangaroo. And the person I was talking to at the thrift store advised me to buy it, so I did. The king of elevator music, Jackie Gleason. You know him as a comedian, actor, you know, host of a show, personality, but he lent his name to Capitol Records and involved in all these really easy, light, elevator, sleepy type of instrumental music in the 50s and 60s. And I like this cover here. I saw this cover a few years ago, and I like the cover, but the thing is they have a rubber stamp of U.S. Navy Exchange, December, $3, and you can see it on there. But that's it's cool. It's kind of unique. We'll close off with some vinyl I found that was sealed, and this is the crown jewel of it. Roy Orbison, Mystery Girl. I paid $3.99 for this. It was worth it. This was his last studio album when he was working with the Traveling Wilburys, and the members of the Traveling Wilburys were involved with the making of this album. And it was released not too long after his death, but you know, as tragic as his death was at a time when he was really coming back strong, at least he went out riding high. So Roy, wherever you are tonight or today, we're thinking of you. You left us some great music. Now, I don't know whether to open this or not. I don't buy albums to value, or I buy them to enjoy, but I don't know what to do about unopened ones. I just want to investigate it before I do anything. Another unopened album, The Secret Life of Daydreaming by Julian Lennon. This was the follow-up to his hugely successful debut album. This one didn't do so quite well. I think he was just kind of rushed in the studio real quick to do a quick follow-up. I only heard one track. I don't know whether to open this or not, but we'll see. Lastly, you ever heard of a fellow named Andrew Gold? He was played for Linda Ronstadt and involved in the California light rock scene in the late 70s, and Pete Asher of Peter and Gordon produced this album along with a number of Linda Ronstadt's successful late 70 albums. So I've already went ahead and opened this one and played it. It's quite good, not quite my cup of tea, but it's nice. And Andrew had a couple of hits, Lonely Boy and Thank You for Being a Friend, the theme song for Golden Girls. So that's pretty cool. Well, that wraps it up right now. I want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. I was outside cutting some bushes. It was hot in there. I thought I'd take a break and make this quick video. I got the American flag. I'm going to throw some hamburgers on the grill tonight. And a word from our sponsor, Pepsi Cola. Drink Pepsi every day to feel refreshed and relaxed. Pepsi, enjoy it. I'm such a silly person. A quick shout out to all my friends on the Beetle posts, Rose, Joyce, Pete, all of you. Okay, good chatting with you and disagreeing with you at times. So that's it. Happy 4th of July. Psh, bang, bye.